All right, here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Reyes Reflection Podcast for yet another amazing episode. I like to think that every episode is big, but this episode might be big literally, not just figuratively, because today with me, let me explain, because today with me, I have my next guest who does not need an introduction whatsoever, but I'm going to give him one anyways. I have a very large guest today. I've known him since he was 9 years old. And his first words to me in a very high-pitched voice was when he was watching his cousins play on a basketball team that I coach. He said, "I'm going to play for you next year." And one of the highest pitches voices. But I'm going to read some of his accomplishments for you. Fast forward to present day, he's 6'6". He's 275 pounds. He is a Under Armour All-American, right? Yeah. All right. And this fall, you'll be able to catch him on the O-line for the Fighting Irish at the University of Notre Dame. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my friend Ty Chan to the show. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm a little bit heavier than I was listed on that, so I'll take the 275.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sitting at like 305.
305. Well, you gotta protect your quarterback. That's your job right now. All right, that's your job.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
Are you joining me from your school's campus?
Yeah. I actually just got back to the dorm. I had a good amount of stuff today, and then I got. They actually have a good amount of food for us at the training facility, so I was just hanging out there watching a movie, and then I came back to the dorm. So,
Wow. What's life like there? How long have you been out there?
I came 2 Fridays ago. Yeah, 2 Fridays ago. I didn't really start football activities till that following Monday, but everything's been great. I mean, I bet one of the biggest things like that had helped me out, just kind of getting used to everything, was being at the boarding school and then getting used to living away from home. So I'm not really homesick too bad right now.
Yeah. Lawrence Academy was able to kind of give you that exposure of being away from your fam. Speaking of them, it's been a while since we talked. How are they doing?
They're awesome. My mom is trying to be language teacher, and then my dad's still killing that Amtrak right now. So
yeah,
just doing that, and then
hell yeah, Stacy. Yeah. There you go, and saying
yeah.
I love it. How's sis? How's sis?
Good. She's old now. She's
Yeah.
about to be a senior. It's just crazy to me.
That's wild.
Even with
it makes me feel old, even though I'm not that old. Like the other day, I was talking to Chickere, and he was like, "Oh, you're old," and I'm like, "I'm really not." And he goes, "Wait, how old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 28." He goes, "Oh wait, what?" Like for some reason I thought you were like, in your mid 30s. I'm like, "Oh God, I hope I don't give that impression off." No.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
No,
because I remember you being really young when you used to coach me. So
exactly. Before we get into your football career, there's something I need to ask you. Can you do a proper push-up yet?
Yeah, no, definitely. That was not a strong suit for me in middle school. No.
For some context, the reason why I asked that is because, as Ty stated, I've coached him in middle school, and his body grew way faster than he did. You were 6'2", I think, in sixth grade, and your muscle mass, it just didn't catch up to you yet. So, and your head would almost hit the ground. I remember we had to be like, "Ty, stop! You're gonna hurt yourself." Like I think we had you do jumping jacks. It was a liability issue at that point. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. No, my body was going crazy that whole duration of time when I was at the Daily. I finished out 8th grade being 6'4". Like,
yeah,
people probably thought I was gonna be a 7-footer. Honestly,
yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Crazy. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I think I saw a video of you. You were either deadlifting or you were squatting 450 with Joe. Is it which one was it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was a squat, and I think it was if it's the one I'm thinking about, it was probably like about 500.
It was 5.
That was probably like a couple months ago though. But yeah, I mean, I love working out with Joe. That's probably
shout out Joe Healy. Joe Healy, we love you. Yeah. Always a good dude.
Great guy.
So with that, I've pretty much known you as only a basketball player, as we said, right? That's where I coached you. When did you? And then I saw a couple videos of you popping off. When did you start to really transition into football?
I'd probably say the year that it really became more of just a second sport for me into a first sport was probably sophomore year at High. Um, Not to say that I didn't like basketball half as much, but just naturally the way my body was growing and the direction I was going in. I think sophomore year that year I was about 6'5", 265, 260. So I was getting up there, and like my athleticism was still like similar, but it was to a point where like football was just better with my body, and then it kind of transitioned into that, and then everything kind of just unfolded after that.
It fell into place, right? Yeah, because it's kind of
Cool.
crazy when you are in that transition of, hey, I'm actually starting to play a sport that's different than what I've grown up with. And you were so accustomed to basketball, but yeah, you're right. Your body never really. I mean, you were an athlete, so I think you always could handle it. But like with basketball, it's a lot more
Yeah,
agility, lateral movement, and that's. I mean, not saying that that's not your speed, but it was just different for you, I think, and I think also it was challenging, as we said, with your body constantly changing the way that it was, because it was like you went through like a bunch of different stages, because you were going through 6 feet tall as a fifth grader, 6'2" as a sixth grader, but you were like really thin your fifth grade year, and then you gained some muscle your sixth grade year, but you didn't know how to use it yet. So it was just football was
yeah,
definitely your speed. So when did you first start to play? Did you ever play like a Pop Warner or anything like that?
yeah. That was one of the things that I kind of started off late with. That was kind of really why like the whole football thing was really surprising for me. I ended up doing it the first year at sixth grade. So that was
Okay.
like kind of the year that I was transitioning into like being bigger and everything. And like after that, like I had done the rest of the years seventh and eighth, and then I at first really didn't want to do it anymore. Freshman year had come around, and I was like, I really just want to focus on basketball. And then all my buddies are going to practices and everything, and then I was just like, yeah, like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I need to go. And then
Yeah.
I ended up hopping on the bus that following week and then going to freshman football.
So you
So
almost were like debating on not doing it. You were like, like I may not. I don't know if this is really for me. Yeah. Wow.
yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it's like that one little conversation. You never know, like something. I think everything happens for a reason. That was definitely one of those things. I had a conversation with Coach Graham, Danny Graham,
Yeah. Shout
about
out
it, and then
Danny.
he was like, yeah, and then he was like, yeah, you should come play, and I was like, all right, yeah, I'll definitely come.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
So
I'll do it. Um. So you played at Lowell High. When did you go to Lawrence Academy?
the year that I had left was after my sophomore year, so I believe that was 2018, and then 2019 fall was when I started to play at Lawrence Academy. But the way I did it there was I had done sophomore year at Lowell High,
Yeah.
and then I reclassed in to the grade below me. So I went from 2021 to 2022, and then I ended up doing the 3 years at Lawrence Academy after that. But it was a great. It was needed for me. It's some people don't need to do it. Some people do it.
Yeah.
So in my case, it benefited me a lot.
I mean, clearly, yeah. I mean, and like you said, everything happens for a reason. I mean, you don't want to regret your decision. So clearly, you did something right. I mean, you got recruited. You
Yeah.
did something right. So,
Yeah.
no point in shit talking you for that. Listen. So as you started to kind of play, when was it a thing of you being like, shit, I might be pretty good at this thing? Like, it's not just me just playing. Now it's me being much more serious about it. When did that kind of take off for you?
I'd probably say yeah, that sophomore year at Lowell High. I had like joked around with one of my coaches at the time, and we were doing like a walkthrough, and I think it was right either before or during the Thanksgiving week, and I had joked around. I was like, Coach, like, let me play some tight end. Like, I just want to catch a touchdown once, like, please. And he's like, his name's Coach Chris. I don't know what he's up to now. I think he's still coaching, but he was just like, Ty, like, you're Division I tackle. Like, you're not gonna be playing tight end anymore. And then after that, like, I looked at him and I was like, no way you just said that to me, because I would never think like that would ever be like something that somebody would say to me. And
Right.
then
Yeah.
after that, yeah, it just kind of that was the thing. And then obviously like that spring, I had an opportunity to go out to an open house. And then once like Lawrence Academy was really invested into me, I knew it was getting pretty real.
How did COVID play into your seasons? Because you reclassed in, you said 2019, was that correct?
Yep.
So then 2020 happens, and did you lose a year of football? Like how did it play out for you?
Yeah. So for my sophomore year, we played a full season. Weren't the greatest team, but we still had fun, and I think that was one of the best things for me at the time because the competition was really good that sophomore year of mine at Lawrence Academy, and then that following year we didn't play at all, which bummed me out, but it's the way it went. And Massachusetts, like, they ended up letting in the spring football for the public schools play, but because the way the ISL works, it was hard for kind of kids to decide whether or not they wanted to do football or lacrosse or football and whatever other spring sports they had committed
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
So it was just hard for us, and then we ended up not doing it at all. So
Oh,
COVID was definitely tough for the sense of like the extra year of playing definitely was different because you're kind of not losing skill, but not gaining skill either. You're kind of just staying the same.
yeah. You're
So I just
stagnant.
lifted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just lifted the whole year, which got old really quick after like the fourth month of just straight lifting.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So it really did. So it really did play a big factor into you because you didn't even get to play an extra season. Yeah. That's a real
Yeah,
bummer.
yeah,
As previously mentioned, you're gonna go play or you're already at the practice facility. You're playing at the University of Notre Dame. You talked to several other schools, including Boston College, Michigan State, Duke, and many others. Talk to me about the recruitment process and how you ultimately came to your decision of playing at ND.
for me, I mean, I don't know, just because of the person I am and like the way my parents raised me, I've always been very grateful for the recruiting process. I thought it was a really cool and fascinating thing, and over time, it definitely was like something that like not a lot of people get to experience, and I feel like some take for granted
Yeah.
because like the amount of like things that come from it is crazy. But like we kind of talked about already, COVID had affected it a lot because sophomore year you're not really allowed to go on official visits. So I had gone and done like my unofficials. So where the difference between unofficial and officials are like officials they're allowed to bring you out and hang out with you and do other kind of activities like that. And then unofficial you could just go, but you have to pay for it and vice versa and everything. So I mean, going on with that, the junior year kind of stuff. I mean, I had visited BC a bunch. Obviously, that's my home state, so I really liked BC a lot. But I went down to Penn State as well, and I enjoyed that. But it was kind of that unofficial process that I was talking about. And the big thing for me was like we weren't playing, and I really wanted to just kind of settle down and just know where I wanted to go. And I happened to get really close with Notre Dame in the recruiting process. And at the time, Coach Kelly was their coach, and he's a Massachusetts guy too. So I really liked that. And then just knowing that like the fact that like football can end any moment at any time. Like football's football, but life after it's just as important. So that was one of the biggest things for me in the recruitment process because I wanted to make sure that no matter what afterwards, after I graduate or if I happen to go whatever or not, I have a degree that sets me up for life afterwards and a alumni network that had done great things for me afterwards. So that was in combination with football and everything else. Notre Dame was my home.
So football, as well as everything that kind of came with it, like you said, the alumni, and I mean, it's like you're right. I mean, you can say you're going to be an alumni from Notre Dame. Like that's you're fighting Irish. That's that's no small feat. That's something that's pretty impressive, especially being recruited for football. And like you said, you know what? If not for anything, I'm glad that we taught you that because we always did say that there was a life after sports. So,
Yeah,
if not
yeah,
for anything, I'm glad that you were able to take some of that tidbit of information and carry that on with you and really allow it to help dictate your where you want to go and where you want to succeed. And I think that that's awesome, man. I think that that's great. So so you face some tough decisions because you had to move out, you had to fly out. how was that for you of, hey, my family and my friends are here, but ultimately I have a life too. I got to make this decision for myself type of deal. How difficult was it for you? Because I know how close knit your family is. I know how connected they are. Like I said, I've known you for years. So how difficult was that for you?
Definitely counting down the days was probably one of the toughest things for sure. Like we had graduated from school June 3rd, so it gave me about a week of time to where I could really enjoy time with my family and friends. And I think that was the toughest aspect of it, was just realizing that like comes at you fast. Like, like even with the extra year of schooling and football and everything, like I felt as though like high school was kind of a little bit robbed from me because of the COVID and everything.
Yeah.
So, but having that extra year as well, like I felt as though I grew a lot more maturity wise, and also got to appreciate more the fact that I was hanging out with my family more and my friends more. Because if I didn't do that extra year on top of COVID, I would have had left without doing all those things. And I think just in that aspect, I had to be really grateful for it. But I knew it was time to move on, and I'm honestly very excited for just kind of the future of everything. Just because it's time to grow up, not a little kid anymore. So yeah.
You still have you see. I see you now, and I talk to you now, and I'm like, man, it's you're not a little kid anymore. You're an adult. You're a young man, and you're doing great things. And I'm very impressed with your mentality and your mindset of I have a life to live, and I've got to move on, and I've got to not move on, but be strong and kind of it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. There's gonna be challenges and there's gonna be obstacles, but you've always had a good head on your shoulders, my friend, and you've always been one of those people that have had a bigger vision, and you've always had those great dimples. I mean, we both got them. So
Oh yeah, dimples for life. Yeah.
that's what it is. Hey, it swoons a lot of people over, so we'll take it. We'll take it.
Yep. Good stuff. I agree.
So you mentioned earlier that you were recruited by Brian Kelly. He's at LSU now. You have a new coach, Marcus Freeman. How has that change been for you, especially with the fact that it wasn't Marcus that recruited you, it was Brian Kelly. So how is that for you as an athlete of not necessarily, obviously not necessarily saying that you're not wanted there, but you weren't recruited by that coach. So how is that for you of like adjusting to that change?
I mean, I think one of the biggest things about that change is just kind of knowing who you're getting associated with. I had met Coach Freeman a couple months prior to everything that had transpired, and ever since that moment that I met him, I felt as though he was a great man. Like we had connected about like little small things. One of the things I didn't know about him when I first met him was that he's half Asian too.
Oh, there
So
you
that was
go.
one of the things that we also connected on. And he had joked when my coach at the time that was recruiting me, him and I passed by, and he's like, "Don't worry, we always have a spot for you on defense." So just him having that little interaction with me definitely made me a little bit more comfortable with him, and just listening to other players as well. When everything was transpiring with Coach Kelly, the biggest thing that like brought us all together after the fact was having all those players stand up for Coach Freeman and really tell everybody else that like we should lock in with him and everything. And they made the decision to hire him, and I'm very excited to just kind of be his first class. I mean, regardless of the fact that he didn't technically recruit us. I think he loves us all, and I'm very grateful to be just part of that group, and hopefully just keep going that trend for him forward.
I love it. Great answer. Great answer. Hey, if this football doesn't work out for you, you can always run for mayor because that was no. That was very, very well said and very well spoken. And again, as I stated, you always have had the utmost respect for the people who have influenced your life and have a genuine care for you. And I think you're pretty good at seeing that. So no, that's awesome. I do want to say this though. You're hiding something, and I'm going to expose you right here. Ready? Ready? You're going to be
Yeah.
shocked by what I say here. I've got some intel on why you chose Notre Dame, my friend. And the reason why you chose there is because their fan base is loud and rowdy, that there's no possible way that you can hear your dad screaming your name in the stands.
Oh yeah, big time. I definitely would have to say that. Like we always have a bunch of people come by, and like that's the best part about it all is having so many fans nearby us and everything. So it's having his not voice be there constantly in my head is definitely going to help me out because that's just the type of person he is. But it is what it is.
Some context with that is, as I stated early in the episode, Coach and Ty, his dad would shout from the stands, Ty, keep your hands up, don't foul, Ty. And it would distract me as a coach. So I was like, I don't know how he's able to focus on that. But no, we love you, Sang. You definitely gave us some good memories and some good some good light into it. I mean, we have fun with it. So
no, big time. He's something else. People love him. I love him too.
Yeah.
He's
I actually ran into him. He was coaching the Pine now, or he was helping out with the Pine. I saw that.
Yeah.
I didn't. What do you know why? I didn't get to ask him, but I just saw him and I was like, oh yeah, oh cool.
His best friend's kids go to the Pine.
Oh, okay.
I call them my cousins, but my cousins played there, and then one of the days, like I think they had gone through like a coaching change or whatever, not, and my dad loving like being involved with everything and just helping out kids and whatever, not asked my uncle like, would you like to do this? Like they had asked me and everything, and then him and my uncle ended up doing things over there, and he loved it. He loved it, because for like about 2 years now, almost 3 now, he hasn't really coached me or Nelly. So having that little time away, I think he kind of missed coaching.
He got the itch again.
He got the itch.
I haven't done it since I left coaching you guys. I have not. What your 7th grade year? I have not done it since then, and it's different. See, some people get that itch. I do when I'm watching it. I'll admit, when I watch it, I go, "Oh, they should have done that. They should have done that." But no, I always say I'm retired. I'm out of it. I'm good. I did what I could. But it was a good time. It was a good time. No, again, we love you, Sang. You always made us laugh. We always knew we had one fan in the stand. That's all that mattered. So.
Yeah, exactly.
My final question. Ready? Hold on. I got something. I'm going to surprise you with this. Hold on. I have to get it out of the next room. Hold on.
All right. Sounds good. I wonder what this is going to be.
I know, right? All
right. Oh, wow. Wow.
I have here a volleyball. And can you confirm that is your signature right there? Can you confirm that?
Yeah, that is me. That's me.
So,
I knew exactly what it was.
So you can confirm that handwriting is yours. So, in other words, I have an autograph of yours already before you even get big and famous, which I will gladly sell out on eBay, just so everyone knows, all right? Bidding starts at $2 million. So if you want it, you can DM me on I'm Nathanael Reyes on Instagram, and we can coordinate something. So you confirm that that's your handwriting, right?
Oh, yeah, big time. Yeah, I know exactly what that's from. It's awesome.
Well, listen, but I can definitely chop it up with you all day. And I really appreciate you coming on and taking some time out of your day. I know you're a busy individual, so I'm very thankful that you were able to put some time and just chit chat with me. And definitely put aside some tickets for me so I can go to your game. I've been dying to get over to South Bend, Indiana for some time. So now you finally gave me a reason to do so. So
yeah, no, definitely. I appreciate you having me, and I love the fact that you're doing these types of things. You're that personality that gets this stuff done, and I'm glad you're doing it. And of course, we played BC at BC junior year, so if you want to come by to that one, I could definitely get you at that one.
Oh my goodness, I would love to, dude. I would love to. No, for sure. Where can people find you so that way they can get in touch with you, follow you, all your stuff? You're verified now. I saw that. Oh my gosh. All right, my man Ty's verified. That's incredible. So yeah, where can people find you to get in touch with you?
Yeah, I mean, Instagram and Twitter are the same thing. Just Chance85. I mean,
where's that? Is that just a play on words, like your last name, Insanity?
Yeah, so that was one of the things. Yeah, I definitely had to explain. I mean, growing up, obviously, like being Asian American. I loved watching basketball or whatever not. And when I think it was about 2012, 2013, I was probably like 9 or 8, probably like yeah, right before the daily.
Yeah.
Um, Jeremy Lin had gone off and done his
Linsanity.
thing. Yeah, so I was like a really big fan of him, and I think it was right when he went to the Hornets,
Yeah.
and I like looked at his name and I was like, I need like a good like thing, like, and I ended up just replacing my name with his, and it's just stuck.
Yeah.
It's stuck.
Ch-
Yeah. So, and I think I might eventually take out the 5 because the 5 was my basketball number, but it's staying for now. So I
yeah.
definitely appreciate that question.
Chansanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
what
think it sounds good. Like it
it
sounds
does.
just like Lynn. Yeah.
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 No, I like it. I like it. That was a good one. Yeah. I wanted to ask you that. I'm like, I wonder where, because we've had each other on social media for years, so I was always like, I wonder what that is. I mean, it's just I don't know, just a play on words. But
Yeah.
no, I love it, man. So people can find you on both Instagram and Twitter, Chansanity5.
Yeah.
For now, you may take out the
Yeah.
5. You don't know yet.
Yeah.
What's your
Might eventually, yeah.
what's
change
your
it up a
what's your
little.
football number?
I actually lucked out and got 77. So,
Oh, so you got what you want. Yep.
yeah. So, when I went to Lawrence Academy, that was one of the things that like my dad kind of wanted me to get because I had always kind of had like the 70 number range, but he was born in the year 77, 1977. So he was like, wear it for me. And then it's kind of stuck now. So now I get to wear it at ND. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that.
There you go. I love it, man. I love it. Always a loyal guy. Always. I mean, look at that. He's, like I said, setting some time off to talk to a friend that he's known for years. Always a straight shooter. I appreciate you, Ty, for coming on, and thank you so much, my friend.
Of course, man. Thank you again, and I love the fact that you're doing these types of things, man. It's awesome.
Thank you, brother.
It.
Thank you. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. This is easy. This is, like you said, this is my personality. I could shoot the breeze for days. Like this is all me. So thank you so much, my friend. Again, remember to hit that subscribe button wherever you get your show so you never miss great guests like the one I have today. I'm on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Google, soon to be Pornhub. I don't know. We'll see. Always. Oh. I'm kidding. Maybe I'll start an OnlyFans. I don't know. I'm working on my 6-pack to do it. We'll see. So, as always, on the Reyes Reflection, may you live, may you love, may you thrive. I'm the male Oprah. I love you all. Take care, everyone.